Phil here. I'm stoked about being back. Maybe you've seen me at some weddings here recently, or was able to sneak down to Camp Lebanon for senior high camp, be part of baptisms. I see some momentum coming out of senior high camp to head on to the missions. There's about a dozen of us, or close to that, will be picked up, and so a number of things here to kind of plaster your way to be praying for us. Dite and I are headed down early in the morning to pick up those that are at camp, and then to meet up with the rest of the team. You guys are all meeting at like 10 in the morning, load up and get sent off by 11. The goal is for us all to meet Friday evening in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. And so again, July the 30th through August 9th is our mission trip, and stoked to be back, stoked to roll off the momentum that's happening at senior high camp. And then for us that haven't been part of that, to kind of hear their story and then be preparing ourselves to be on mission in the Appalachian region, Eastern Kentucky. It's going to take us a couple days to get down there. If you haven't heard it, Eau Claire, like I've said, is our first stop, and that's actually at James Allen's and Whitney's old church in Eau Claire, Calvary Baptist. So bonus for them hooking us up with a church to stay at. We'll do some team building stuff there, and then we'll go to Louisville, Kentucky, and from Louisville we'll head on to the easternmost remote hill and holler in Kentucky, around Hazard, Kentucky. I think the little town is Martin that we're kind of out of. We're working with Christian Appalachian projects for the week, CAP, and then we're going to depart the following Friday and go and spend a night in the museum. Yeah, that's right, you heard me right, the Creation Museum. We're actually staying overnight in the Creation Museum, hoping things come alive, right? So the next day then we do the Ark Encounter, and then we backtrack our way home, staying at Eau Claire for our final debriefing before we make it home. Hey, if you're a student or parent, double check with Kim when you get to church in the morning to make sure that she's got all the signatures and anything else that's left over. We want to make sure that we've got everybody signed off on the trip. And then I'm sure there's other questions, logistics. We've got a little paper that we can give you, an itinerary, and we will probably post something here on social media too, so you can be praying for us each day along the way and what we're doing. We do have an idea with CAP. We do have an idea now, because we're close enough to see where other teams before us are finishing projects or had started projects, so we have a pretty good idea now of what we're going to be doing and splitting up into and we've got 4 vehicles. We had 8 adult leaders, and then we got a whole bunch of you that's turned 18, and a few of you that are in the 19-20 bubble, and so that's going to give us more freedom to do some bigger things with saws and roofs and, you know, things that if we were too young we wouldn't be able to do. Anyways, all those logistics we will work out with you, and you guys that are sending us that aren't able to go, man, pray for us. You're just as much part of this trip as if you were gone yourself. Your prayers are much needed in traveling and on site, and that God would arrange divine appointments for us to visit with people along the way, and then also just that our team would gel together in a way that is more than we could ask or imagine even. And I'm praying for you guys as you're preparing your Q&Rs, your devotions to share along the way. I'm really in a position with the maturity of you guys that I'm looking forward to just listening and growing alongside of you. And bonus, to be able to go again, to be fully back. I'm not running yet, but I think I can do just about everything else. Yeah, looking forward to some hikes and some other things too. All right, guys, we hit the road tomorrow. See you then.